In this video, we'll talk about the multiplication of polynomials. First, let's talk about a monomial times another monomial, which is one term times another one term. For example, negative 2x cubed times 4x. So this is one term times another one term. So what we'll do is multiply all the numbers together. Because they're all multiplying together, we can multiply them in any order we want. So I would decide to multiply the numbers together. I'll get negative 8. Then I'm going to multiply the 2x terms together, and that will give me, so x cubed times x, that's how many x multiplying together? 4x multiplying together, right? We have 3x multiplying over here times another x, so that's x to the 4th. So basically, you're adding the two exponents here. Okay, 3 plus 1 equals 4. So negative 8, x to the 4th. Okay, let's look at another example. Here we're multiplying two monomials together. So same procedure. First we want to multiply the numbers together. So 6 times negative 8, that will give you negative 48. Then let's figure out the a term. So a is a squared times a. So a squared times a, that's a cubed. Okay, so second, a cubed. So last variable here, we have b to the 3rd times b squared, and that will give you b to the 5th. And that's the answer. That was one term times another one term. Now let's look at one term multiplies two terms. So here we have 7x, this is one term, times 3 minus x. We have two terms here. 3, negative x, adding together, right? So what we will do here is to distribute the 7x, distribute that one term to each of the two terms. So 7x times 3, that will give you 21x. Then 7x times negative x, that will give you negative 7x squared. Right. That could be the answer. If you want to write with the exponent of x in the decreasing order, that's how we like to do usually, you can put the negative 7x squared first, so negative 7x squared first, and then the other term is positive 21x. Both are okay. Now let's look at the case where two terms times two terms, binomial times another binomial. So here we have x plus 3 times x minus 5. Okay, so here we'll have to distribute each term in the first binomial to each term of the second binomial. So I will start with the first term in the first binomial. So I will have to distribute x first to every term in the second binomial. So distribute x to x, I'll get x times x, x squared. Distribute x to negative 5, I have negative 5x. So I'm done distributing the first x in the first binomial. Now I'm going to distribute this positive 3 in every term in the second binomial. So distribute the 3 to x. I have positive 3x. Now distribute this positive 3 to negative 5. 3 times negative 5, that's negative 15. Are we done yet? Not quite. We have like terms to combine. So the middle two terms are like terms. We can combine them. So x squared, we'll just write it down. Negative 5x plus 3x, that's a negative 2x minus 15, and that will be the answer. Another way to do this problem is the area method. So first you need to make a chart. Okay, so with the first binomial, the two terms you put here, first term x, second term 3, and for the second binomial, you put the two terms on the two top blank. First term x, next term negative 5. And here you can complete this chart by multiplying each term together. So x times x, that will give you x squared. Over here, negative 5 times x, negative 5x. Over here, 3 times x, 3x. Over here, 3 times negative 5, negative 15. So now you have the 4 terms. Over here, you have to combine them all together. So you have to combine the like terms, negative 5x and 3x. Right, the other remain the same. X squared minus 2x minus 15, the same answer. Now let's look at the case where two terms times a three term, which is a binomial times a trinomial. What we'll do is to multiply each term in the binomial to each term in the trinomial. So I will start with x, this x. I'll distribute this x into each term in the trinomial. So first, x times x squared, that will give me x cubed. Right, now distribute this x to x times x squared. So positive x squared. Now distribute x to negative 7, negative 7x. I'm done distributing the x term. Now I'm distributing the negative 4 term to each term in the trinomial. So first, negative 4 times x squared, that's negative 4x squared. Now negative 4, distribute it to x, that's negative 4x. Last term, negative 4, distributed to negative 7, negative times negative, that's positive 28. Okay, not done yet, we'll have to combine like terms. So first of all, for x cubed, there are no like terms for x cubed, just write it down. For x squared, we have a like term, that's negative 4x squared. We're going to combine those two terms together. That'll give us negative 3x squared. Now, negative 7x has a like term, which is negative 4x. Combining them together, that's negative 11x. And one last term left, positive 28. And that is the answer. Of course, you can also use the area method I introduced earlier for 2 times 2. It's the same procedure. You will make a chart. You can put your first polynomial over here, the two terms over here. The first term is x, second term negative 4, and the second polynomial, put the 3 terms over here. So first term x squared, second term x, last term negative 7. Then we'll multiply to complete this chart. First x times x squared, x cubed, x times x squared, x times negative 7, negative 7x. Now over here, negative 4 times x squared, that's negative 4x squared. Negative 4 times x, negative 4x. Negative 4 times negative 27, that's positive 28. Now we're going to add all those terms, all those 6 terms together, and similar procedure, right? You will get the same answer. Now let's look at a special case here. For example, I have 2x minus 7 squared. How do I multiply this? Well, 2x minus 7 squared, by definition, that's a 2x minus 7 times another 2x minus 7. So now you turn it into 2 terms times 2 terms. Then you can repeat the procedure. 2x times 2x, that's 4x squared. 2x times negative 7, that's negative 14x. Done distributing this 2x. Now distribute this negative 7. Negative 7 times 2x, negative 14x. Negative 7 times negative 7, that's positive 49. Combine like terms. We have 2 like terms in the middle. That's negative 28x plus 49. We actually have a formula for this. Actually, we have 2 formulas. The first formula is a plus b squared is actually equal to a squared plus b squared. In the middle, there's a term plus 2 times a times b. If you have a minus b squared, then you have the same a squared plus b squared. In the middle, you also have a 2ab, but it's a negative 2ab. Alright, so this is the formula. So now let's apply this formula to the same problem we just did. Okay, so we're trying to use the formula to solve 2x minus 7 squared. I will use the bottom formula here because that's in the form of a minus b squared, right? So in this case, our a will be the 2x, the b will be 7. Okay, so according to the formula, it is equal to a squared, which is 2x squared. I'll just write it down. 2x squared minus 2 times, what's a? 2x. What's b? 7. Plus b squared. What's b? 7. Alright, let's simplify this formula. You have 4x squared, because 2x squared is 2x times 2x. That's 4x squared. So here what do we have? Negative 2 times 2 times 7, that's 28x plus 7 times 7, 49. So you can see you will end up with the same answer. So you can either multiply 2 by 2 like a regular 2 by 2, or you can use the formula. I strongly recommend you remember this formula because you will see these 2 formulas multiple times in the semester. I want to mention another special case here, which is, for example, x plus 6 times x minus 6. Of course, you can do the regular 2 times 2 multiplication. So x squared, negative 6x, here's positive 6x, and last, negative 36. The middle 2 terms cancel out. So you have x squared minus 36. This is one way to do it. Kind of slow. There's a shortcut, which is the formula. The formula is a plus b times a minus b. This is equal to a squared minus b squared. Okay, so let's apply this formula into the same problem we have. So you have x plus 6 times x minus 6. It's pretty obvious that your x is the a in the formula and your 6 is the b in the formula. So now a plus b times a minus b should be equal to a squared, which is x squared, minus b squared is 6 squared, which is x squared, minus 36. So next time you see multiplication with the pattern a plus b times a minus b, you can use this formula instead of multiplying 2 by 2. That's faster. This is the end of this video, and I hope you find this video helpful, and I will see you in the next video.